This is everything I ate while exploring the streets of China for 8 months. Before moving to China, I was really excited to try all of the street food. When I arrived, however, my Chinese colleagues warned me that I would get sick if I ate it. They said that street food stalls don't follow safety protocols like restaurants do. And if I want to eat street food, I should go to places where there's a lot of people and where it's really busy, because those are the ones that will sell the most. Fresh food. Following their advice, I started off by eating at the most popular food stalls that I could find. These were some of the first foods that I tried when I moved to China. Most of them were really good, but one of them almost made me pay a lot of money for a toilet. So be careful with spicy noodles. They can be delicious, but also extremely spicy. After I got over the spice, I continued eating more street food, and these became some of my favorite snacks. Sweet and sour mandarin fish has to be one of my top 3. The sour tomatoey soup reminds me of a sweet and sour dish that my mom used to make for me when I was little. These days I crave it so much that I actually make it myself. This snack is perfect if you have a cold or stuffy nose, because the steam will clear it right up. Another one of my favorite things to order is jianbing. This is a savory crepe that is filled with ingredients such as eggs, cheese, vegetables, and meat. It's crispy on the outside and soft and chewy on the inside. If you see someone eating this on the street, just know that they probably woke up early in the morning to eat it. It's definitely not an anytime food. While we're talking about crepes, let's talk about one of the sweetest ones that I've ever tried, the chocolate and peanut butter crepe. I found this stall at the bottom of a shopping street, so it wasn't super busy. That made me a little bit suspicious, but it turned out to be no problem. The woman who was making them had clearly been doing it for a long time. She had a ton of experience. Despite the fact that it wasn't a busy stall, the crepe tasted really fresh. It was soft, chewy, and fluffy. In addition to being perfectly golden, it had a hint of salt and sugar that enhanced the chocolate flavor. It was amazing. I never thought that I would like sweet and sour pork floss. To me, it sounds like a weird combination, but it turns out to be a pretty good one. The pork floss is soft and fluffy and tastes great with ketchup. What's even better than sweet and sour pork floss? How about sweet and sour spicy pork floss? You heard me right. This thing was both sweet and sour and spicy, and it was really good. This was during the summer, so maybe that's why I liked it so much. Either way, it was worth trying. You can't talk about sweet without mentioning something from the Cocoa family. This brand has a ton of different snacks, but I personally like the Cocoa biscuits the best. They're really addictive once you start eating them, but it doesn't stop there. There's also cocoa crackers, which are shaped like French fries. I think the reason why these taste so good is because they're cooked in coconut oil. It makes them taste salty, rich, and a little bit toasty. Speaking of coconut, did you know that coconuts are a really big deal in China? Young coconuts are a popular street snack, and you can drink them straight from the shell. Not only does it have a really refreshing coconutty flavor, it also has a crunchy and creamy texture. It feels like ice cubes hitting your mouth. While we're talking about drinks, I have to mention one of my favorites, milk tea with tapioca balls. Milk tea with tapioca balls is popular everywhere, but in China, you can find really good ones on the street. There's nothing better than a cup of warm milk tea with chewy tapioca balls on a rainy day. The warmth from the drink will spread throughout your body and make you feel so relaxed. If you want to learn how to make this, check out my recipe video. You haven't tried bubble tea until you've tried bubble tea with popping boba. Popping boba comes in many different flavors, but my favorite one is mango. They have a really juicy and sweet mango flavor that bursts in your mouth. Another one of my favorites is aloe vera. It has a really soothing and cooling effect that makes your whole body feel refreshed. A really interesting combination is taro with coconut milk. Taro has a really unique flavor that is hard to describe. It's like vanilla, but not quite. When you mix it with coconut milk, it becomes a little bit sweeter and creamier. There's one drink that I absolutely hate. I'm talking about a drink that is so disgustingly sweet that your teeth feel like they're going to fall off. It's called Tang Yuan Xiang, or the raw coconut. I couldn't even finish the one that I ordered because it was too sweet. My tongue felt numb after drinking it. Some people might like it, but I think that it's way too sweet. If you like seafood, then you will love these dried salted fish chips. They have a really strong fishy flavor that is hard to forget. But if you like that kind of flavor, you will love these. The best part about these chips is that they're really crunchy and can last a long time. Whenever I eat these, I feel like an old Chinese man. Another one of my favorite things to eat is pickled mustard. I like eating it with rice and vegetables, but you can eat it with anything. It has a really tangy and savory flavor that adds a lot of zest to any meal. These taste really good with ramen too. I like the ones that come in a hot and sour sauce. They have a really nice chewy texture that reminds me of crab sticks. I remember the first time that I tried these. I didn't know what to expect. I was surprised by how juicy and delicious they were. These are really good if you dip them into some sort of sauce. I like dipping them into sweet and sour sauce or barbecue sauce. Something else that I love eating is fried squid. Fried squid has a really satisfying crunch and a really delicious chewy texture. It's great dipped into a spicy mayo. These are my favorite fried peanuts. They're really crunchy and well seasoned. They have a nice salty flavor that isn't greasy. This is one of the best things that you can eat if you're pregnant or nursing. It's called Swan Sai Zi. Swan Sai Zi are pickled mustard greens and pork floss. Not only does it sound healthy, it's healthy. If you want to learn how to make this, check out my recipe video. Candied fruit is another thing that I love to eat. Candied fruit can be made from many different fruits, but I like the ones made from hawthorn berries the best. They have a really nice chewy texture and a sweet and sour flavor. Something else that you can buy at candied fruit stalls are candied walnuts. They have a really nice crunch and a sweet and salty flavor. These are really addictive once you start eating them. These days, more and more people are looking for healthy snack options, which is why dried fruit has become really popular. Dried fruit can be made from many different fruits, but I like the ones made from prunes the best. They have a really nice chewy texture and a sweet and slightly sour flavor. Dried fruit is really good with nuts. If you pair it with cashews, almonds, or walnuts, it becomes a really nice snack. Not all of the good stuff is sweet. That's why I like the savory flavored dried tofu puffs. They have a really nice crunchy texture and a salty and savory flavor. If you don't like that kind of flavor, you might enjoy the chili flavored ones. Those are really spicy. Last but not least, I have to mention the king of all street food in China, the roasted nuts. The Xinjiang region makes the best roasted nuts. The most popular ones are walnut, almond, and pistachio. These nuts are always in high demand, especially in the winter. People line up just to buy them. Once you rip open the bag, the aroma hits you immediately. The nuts have a really nice crunch and a salty and toasty flavor. These really hit the spot when you're cold. Overall, street food in China is really delicious, affordable, and fun to eat. You might be scared of getting sick when you eat street food in China, but trust me, as long as you know where to go, you will be fine. All of the foods that I mentioned in this video are safe to eat, so I hope that you'll try them the next time you're in China. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye.